All right, Jeff Zimmerman with Jose Benavidez Sr. Still got those nice kicks. Look at those. What's up, Jose?
Super excited to be here with Diego Pacheco, man. It's an amazing fight, a great fight. Fighting Trail McCombie. I know Trail McCombie since he was 6-7 years old, man. Great fighter, very dedicated. He had a really good amateur pedigree, and it's time. It's time for Diego Pacheco to show the world what he has and fight for those world titles. So I think you're going to see a different Diego Pacheco this Saturday. I'm super excited, and he's just getting better and better.
I saw this headline come in here today from Turkey, $200 million, Canelo Benavidez. Can you put any truth to that rumor?
Yeah, the only one that can make that fight is Turki Involement. We're super excited to be working with Al Heyman still in Turkey now. It's a great combination. Super excited, and if somebody can make it, it's Turkey, and he's willing to do that. I talked to him, and he talked to me and David, and he said he wants to see that fight, and I think he really wants to make it.
And listen, it seems like Jose, when he wants something, it seems to happen.
I mean, he's
the golden touch.
He's done so many weird stuff, that nobody has ever done. So I believe that he could definitely, if somebody's to make that fight, it's Turki Involement.
Yeah, and him and Canelo seem to be buddies. So
yeah, Padrino. I think that's it, Padrino. At the end of the day, it's business, man. So I think anything can happen.
Let me ask you, though, you just brought up something interesting. PBC is still out there. Obviously, they got Pacquiao's fight Saturday night, the same as yours. But how does that work with, like, you mentioned Al Heyman, working with Turkey? Is it just like a cross-promotional thing?
Yeah, we're very thankful with Al Heyman, with everything that he's done with David Benavidez, the Mexican monster. Nothing but good things about him. And, man, he has taken care of David like his son, and very appreciative. And I mean, he's the one, he's the one that set everything up, and with Turki Involement and him, Luis de Cubas and David Garcia, our lawyer, and I mean, we're super thankful and very happy with everything that's happening.
Talk about opposites attracting, though. You got Al Heyman, who no one's ever seen him or met him, or kind of the ghost, and then you got Turkey, who's in everywhere, every time you turn on social media.
What else do you want?
That's boxing.
The thing is with us, I just called David yesterday, and he's super motivated, super happy, and he's excited, and that's what we need, to keep the fighters excited and happy, and he can't wait to train. He's been training, he's been moving around, but to really start camp, after Diego, we start camp, really camp, but he's been moving and maintaining. But I'll be with him on Sunday, actually.
Is he now in his prime, or has he been in his prime? Or, I mean, he seems like he's been around for so long now.
Yeah, he's only 28 years old. I think that he's not in his prime. I think he still has like about 3-4 years, but he looks spectacular. Imagine how he's going to look like in 3-4 years.
Anthony Yard.
Tough fight.
Why him? Why now?
I think he's one of the toughest fights that we had in our career. We wanted to fight anybody. David wants to fight anybody, so he don't really care. There was talks about him fighting the winner of Bivol and Benavidez, and I thought we were going to fight him. They decided to do the trilogy. I don't know what happened there. Then we jumped to Canelo Smith and Anthony Yard. Canelo Smith said no. Now we got Anthony Yard. I want to thank Anthony Yard for taking the fight, and he didn't think about it. And it's a tough fight, man. You got two trains coming at each other. I guarantee you there's going to be a knockout, and we have a card that's stacked on November 22nd. We want to steal the show, bro. We can't let nobody steal the show. So we're going to give the fans a great fight. It's a tough fight with Anthony Yard. He's coming forward. He's ready to come and fight with David. So at the end of the day, I think the fans are going to be the winners that night.
Yeah, you mentioned, and we talked about this last time you were here, you mentioned Beterbiev and Bivol, and obviously two close fights. And, I can see why Turkey wants the trilogy, but I can also see Turkey, he's not going to work with a guy, the talent of David Benavidez, and not have him in those massive fights.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. Right now, before you came, actually, I was looking at a video that now Bivol did not talk nothing about David. Now he was talking about David, fighting David Benavidez. So I think Turkey already called him, and he knows if everything goes well, he's going to have to face David Benavidez, and that's who we're facing later, next. So I think if he's speaking now, I think that's a fight that's made already. So we're focused on Anthony Yard, and that's all we care right now at this moment. And as soon as that finishes, we'll sit down and see who's next.
You know, you saw last weekend, Jose, all the talk going in to last weekend's fight with Shakur and some others. You know, the Tom and Jerry. We know that show.
That day, the two Toms came. You know, the Jerry didn't show up, so
right.
It was a great fight. I never thought that Shakur would stand in there and fight, and he looked good. He did great, you know. So.
But you knew he had it in him.
Yeah, he had it in him. But you know, I don't know why he decided to move. He did spectacular. He did really good, you know. But I don't know. I mean, why not please the fans? You know, if he can do it. And but I think now he's going to be a different fighter, you know. And I think he is going to risk a little bit more now, and that's what's going to give him more money, you know.
Is he the fight? Obviously, everyone wants to make. If Benavidez, David, and Canelo is 1A, I think 1B's got to be Tank and Shakur.
Yeah, that's another great fight. I think that's the fight that people want to see too, and I think that would be a great fight.
Who would you favor in that?
You know, I just want to see that fight, man. Whoever wins, I'm going to be really happy. I'm going to have to go with Tank a little bit because I know him. But whoever wins, I'm going to be happy, to be honest. It's a tough fight, and both fighters are in the top, so there's no loser in there. Maybe they'll do the second one, maybe they even do the trilogy. You know, I don't know. Yeah,
and, you know, staying in the pocket and, you know, the way that Shakur can make people miss in the pocket, but one punch from Tank can also change
everything. We've seen anything can change with Tank. You know, he adjusts to every fighter, and he's been looking spectacular. And he's a great fighter.
Berlanga, another fight, didn't quite go as planned. The King of New York, tough fight against Shiraz, who was really too big for his weight class against Adames. You know, the fight before. But did he still shock you in what he was able to do?
Yeah, he did shock me a lot, man. You know, he looked powerful. He finished good. He took care of the job, and we have a new star at 168.
Yeah, and he seems like he could be at 175 in a couple weeks.
He's in cruiserweight, you know. I mean, he's very tall. He's very disciplined, and you know, he proved all of us in New York, and he finished the job in a fashion way, you know. So I think that he deserves any world title fight, you know, with any champion.
You know, we talked about this before, and David obviously sparred him in the past. Gilberto Ramirez had a pretty good fight on the Jake Paul undercard. Got the decision. I forget the guy's name that he beat, but that was a fight you guys were interested in. Is that still a fight?
Well, we're interested in anybody. Like I said, you know, I feel that we still got to keep proving ourselves, and I mean, that's the team Benavidez, you know. We started very late. I mean, I didn't know nothing about boxing when I was 26, so I believe that nothing was given to us. We've got to still prove ourselves. So at the end of the day, we want to be remembered by a team that never ran from nobody and wanted to take chances, and we're not afraid to lose our undefeated records. You know, we just want to give the fans what they want to see and prove ourselves to see where we're at.
Yeah, and going back to Berlanga real quick, there's been some chatter about him and Plant. You know, both guys coming off tough losses.
That would be a tough fight, a really tough fight for both of them. A great fight, and I would love to see that fight, especially both of them coming from a loss. We need to see that. We want to see that.
Yeah. What about Jamal Charlo? You know, who, you know, he was all ready to fight.
I think
David,
fight
Caleb.
with Jamal Charlo, Caleb Plant, or Berlanga would be an interesting fight, and that's a fight that I would love to see.
Yeah, and I'll get you out of here, Jose. I can't, you know, we met years ago. We were just talking about it. And your son, Jose Benavidez Jr., was fighting on the undercard of Manny Pacquiao at Cowboy Stadium when he fought Claudio and Margarito back-to-back, 15 plus years ago. I know you mentored under the legendary Freddie Roach. You're a legend now in your own right. Manny's coming back this Saturday night against Mario Barrios, which is Bam's, one of his good buddies from San Antonio. Thoughts there? You've seen Manny for many years.
Yeah, I want to send a big thanks, hello to my friend Freddie Roach. He gave me the opportunity to be there. I was assistant for almost 4 years. A great trainer, a legend, and Super excited, super happy. We were there when the big fights for Manny Pacquiao, so now fighting, I want him to win so bad because I know him and he's a legend. But Mario Brothers, you know, he's a great fighter, a warrior, you know, younger and I mean, at the end of the day, we're just looking for a great fight. But I just want Manny Pacquiao to win because I know him and, you know, I want him to, maybe this will be his last fight and to come up good, you know.
You know, I interviewed Barrios for the fight, and you know, there's talk about, and I asked him, he was chosen kind of as the weakest of the champions. Is that even a true thing, to be the weakest of the champions in this game?
I don't think he's weak, man. Barrios had fought everybody, any style, anywhere, you know. I don't think he's the weakest. I don't know why they would say that, you know, but I mean, he's a dangerous fighter, you know. But at the end of the day, we got to see Manny Pacquiao. He's looking really good in sparring and training and the attitude and all that, you know. But I mean, Manny Pacquiao's a legend, so. But I don't think Barrios is the weakest, you know. There's no way.
Yeah, and a guy who's super humble, got Tank, got Thurman, and now is getting Manny Pacquiao. He's done pretty good for himself.
Crazy, man. Unbelievable.
What should we expect from Diego Saturday night?
Diego, you know, he has to look spectacular in order to fight for the world title. So I think he's ready, very mature, and we're going to steal the show.
Jose, appreciate it, man. Good seeing you.
Thank you, brother.